Hello everybody and welcome back. Hello everybody and welcome back to Sass Muffin Gaming. I'm your host Gokuman and we're playing Call of Cthulhu. So last time we went and visited the guy who bought the painting from Sarah Hawkins, who we had met in the asylum, Francis Sanders I believe, and after going through a few things, we were led to this big bookstore where it was thought we could find out more about Sarah Hawkins and the mysterious circumstances surrounding her death. Upon arriving, it appears as though someone broke in. Yeah. Oh, I don't know why they had to bloody their hand to do it. Okay, let's look around these bookshelves because
Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
Oh, Freud. But yes, going around, look for some books, get us some experience points here. We might even learn a thing or two. Such as this, The History of Darkwater, Volume 2. It was a Puritan colony, led by Reverend John Wickwood, settled on the island during the 17th century. They named the island Darkwater because of the water's dark shades of sea. They believed it was because of the peculiar color the rocks surrounding. They believed it was because of the peculiar color of the rocks surrounding the island. They erected the first buildings, among which were the Hawkins Manor, the church, and the cemetery. Ooh, we should remember that. Manor, church, cemetery. The rare documents and handwritten notes they left spoke of nightmares and deviant behaviors. They disappeared at the beginning of the 18th century. Ooh. Well, we already know there was some caverns and cult-like things under the manor, so I'm suspecting there's gonna be some caverns and cult-like activities underneath the church, and the same for the cemetery. And over here we have
volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
Oh, the last one we saw was in the caverns. The pastor declared himself to be the prophet. He renounced God and worshipped a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband, but in vain. He was convinced that he must listen to the voice in his head, because it must hold the truth. Interesting. The voice in his head. If we are led to believe what these books are kind of hinting at, this monstrous entity and the dreams, oh, that looks cool. A blimp ship? I love the idea of a blimp ship. Ooh. Medicine book. But yes, we are led to believe that we are being haunted by the same entity that killed Francis Sanders. Anatomy book. There's a hunk. Isn't that right, Skelly? A hunk with some junk. That's just talking about the difference between the pelvic bone. Or is this all about the anatomy of the strange Cthulhu-like face? I don't know. You tell me. Jar with some strange liquid in it. Oh, that's cool. Oh, the things I am humored by. Any books? No. Strange pictures, yes. Is that the anatomy of a gorilla? Ooh. We found it. The Holy Grail. Some of these pictures are really fascinating. Oh, History of Darkwater, Volume 4. We're skipping from Volume 2, Volume 4. You know, In the 19th century, as the American whaling industry reached its peak in the rest of the world, whales gradually disappeared from the waters surrounding Darkwater. This phenomena appears to even more mysterious because up until then, the region was favored for refuge of crustaceans, I'm assuming. In 1847, after months of pursuit, Scylla returns to port with a gigantic creature aboard. Its crew asserts that the sea monster had eaten all of the disappeared whales. After a night of ferocious combat, the survivors managed to drag the beast aboard the ship. Okay, it's all kind of coming together now. Why would you have a chalkboard with the same things written on it? It doesn't seem very productive. Ooh, little unfinished chessboard game there. All right. Oh, someone broke something. I'm surprised I didn't notice that before. Weird insects inside of it.
What happened here?
Oh. Yes, let's go into reconstruction mode.
Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seemed like amateur work.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even see that.
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
I mean, you know better than me on that one.
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
If you say so. I don't know. A painting?
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What killed all these animals? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
That is a good question. Wasn't that the sign of protection?
Charles Hawkins?
Wait, what? We wouldn't know that. Guys, I think we're losing our mind.
What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
I don't like this game anymore.
They put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Okay, Detective Pierce, you might be a really good detective, but I don't think you're that good of a detective. There is no evidence to say that Hawkins or any of these other people were involved in any of this.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
Key of Raleigh. This key that appears to bear the Elder sign is the only one that can protect your psyche. It is a form of cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch, whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones, were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from the last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of the Hawkins trips to Cairo. It seems to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. Okay.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
It kind of seems like it, doesn't it? another anatomy book. Oh.
Blake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
If somebody finds the memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in the plane of reality, in order that they be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother, if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of this safe, I would ask that they deliver its contents to the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage of the Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you are able to appreciate that danger and what it represents, and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you nor to suffer from your actions. Okay. 3 cylinders that are Greek. So what do we have in this room that could possibly help? Oh. Now we have a whole bunch of books that we can access. Is there more around here? Just to make sure. Oh, we can... Okay, so we have the chessboard. Let's check the chessboard out first.
Things are not looking good.
Things are not looking good. Because... the king is there. No. Isn't that the queen? I guess not. Queen. King. King is protected there. The rook can take either pawn, but the king could take the rook. Sorry, the rook. And the knights have the pawns. So if he was to move the rook, the rook would be protected by the knight. He'd be forced to move his king. The queen has that protected. I don't know. Close game. Oh, what is this? Hell yeah.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
What's up? Yeah.
So it run out. I squeezed it. Like I didn't even need it. That's how it just crumbled. I was like, oh, this is gonna smoke amazing. Because like weed is never like when you usually buy it, it's never that brittle and it will just fall apart. Right. But I was like just holding it just like this in my hands and it just falling. We'll see how it'll either be really, really good or really bad.
Yeah.
So, maybe.
Yes. I haven't seen anything to the contrary. I spoke with
No, of course not.
I spoke with Panda and Cheesy earlier, and they were gonna like go do stuff and get it done before D&D. So
It's too early. It's 30 minutes.
they can't come up with their excuses until at least 30 minutes
At least
before.
30, maybe 45. But yeah. Pretty.
What? Not bad. I took off work early so I could go grocery shopping, and I cleaned up the house a little bit. I'm recording the Call of Cthulhu video I'm gonna post later.
Wait,
Did you see I edited it a little bit? Well, the first few seconds would have been my splice.
yeah, it was fun.
I spliced our intro from the second video into the first video.
Okay, that makes sense. Because there was a part where I was like, oh, I thought I said that the second time. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did. It wasn't obvious. So it's not like it's like, oh, these are two very different movies. Alrighty, well, now I need to get mixed up. Alright,
Bye. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we need to find some place to play these cylinders.
Arkham editions. Never heard of them.
Okay,
How many volumes are there in this collection?
so I think each of these different volumes is going to have some different information for us. I'm not going to consume that information quite yet. I feel as though that's something we're going to digest after we played these cylinders. Here we go. Okay, cylinder 1.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Okay, these red stones, and we have the Grail here.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
So if that was to be said, we have 1, 2, 3, and I can't tell where the front is. Or let's start before this crack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna assume that it's the 5 from the Chalice. Let's listen again.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Okay, so red drops, I totally think is the rubies on there. And I believe I said 5. So if we were to go back here and okay, we had to use the keyboard here. And okay, 5. Right, let's go listen to the second one.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Okay, so the pawns of the leader. So we have 3 pawns, right?
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods.
Pieces.
Let those of us who are still standing
Still
protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Okay, so it's either 3 or 4.
The Queen has little protection.
Yeah. So it's either 3 from these two, or it's 4 counting all 4 of the white pieces. I am going to go with 3. Okay, and let's go listen to the last one.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Okay, so now these volumes seem important. So we need to find the one that is volume 9, which I think that's 7, 4.
Drake talked about a particular volume.
6.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking. What did Drake say about
1,
this? Drake talked
3,
about a particular volume. So these are the
2.
volumes that Drake was talking. What did Drake say
Okay,
about
I
this
think it's this
collection?
one. A collection of poems by Edward Pickman Derby. Also known as the Nightmare Lyrics, this collection of poems was sensationally received when they first published in 1908. Derby was only 18 years old. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on the esotericism and supernatural. I don't think the numbers go up that high. It's either 9 or 18. Okay, the numbers only go up to 9, right? Okay. I want to listen to that one again. Because that one, he just straight up said volume 9, right?
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Azathoth and Other Horrors.
Drake talked about a particular volume.
Which is this one. But
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Isis Unveiled,
What did Drake say about this collection?
Key of Solomon,
Drake talked about a particular volume.
this is something different. Talks about 8
So
acts.
these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume.
Things that should not be.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Well,
what did Drake say about this collection?
also known as the Nightmare Lyrics, this collection of poems was sensationalized when it first published in 1908. 8? 1908? The year 8? I don't think it's gonna be 9. There's no way they would just be straight up be like 9. No, it's gonna be like 1908 for it to be like the year or something. Okay, let's give it a try. No. Okay. 9 it is. It was... Really? Really? It was just straight up 9? You're just like, oh, only someone as smart as me could possibly open this, and you just straight up said 9. At least make me actually read, like, the work and, like, pull a number out of it or something. I don't think you should be looking inside of that book. I really don't, Detective Pierce. I have Sauron. who are all these people? Are we back in the insane asylum? No, our description says that we, after the book of human skin lied inside, irresistibly attracted to the detective when he opened it. His mind was projected into another person. Particularly interesting. Game saved.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
All right, I'll see you guys
He's
next time.
busy with Captain Fitzroy.
Oh, of course. Mr.
There's no...
All right, so if you guys want to find out what happens in this hospital, find out what's happening with the captain there, what's happening to this person on the bed, what's happening with Dr. Fuller, and wherever we are at the moment, please smash that subscribe button, transport yourself through that bell icon, give me a thumbs up to let me know I'm doing a good job, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye bye.